Welcome to Hitman Boxing. Hit that like and subscribe button. Danny Garcia has said that he's confident that a fight between him and Errol Spence is a great fight for him, Danny Garcia. Now, I know the Eagles won the Super Bowl last night, but Danny, you got to sober up before you start talking to the media, bro. You still rolling off that Skittle. You still high off something. You ate some shrooms yesterday to be talking this reckless. But I'm not going to completely discredit Danny Garcia because out of everyone at 147, he's probably got the best resume, right? I mean, just look back. Look at some of the names on his resume. Amir Khan, Eric Morales, twice, Zab Judah, Lucas Matisse, Lamont Peterson, Robert Guerrero. He's faced Keith Thurman. He did take a loss. And then, of course, probably the biggest name on his resume, Rod Salka. Now, these, for the most part, are all names of fighters that he fought under 147 and beat, right? Now, when he moved up to 147, can we say that he has the best resume at that weight class? Absolutely not. When you look at Paulie Malignaggi, Lamont Peterson was at a catch weight, Robert Guerrero, Samuel Vargas, and a loss to Keith Thurman. So, no, you don't have the best resume at 147, but you've got a good resume nonetheless, right? Now, let's get into a couple of Danny Garcia statements because I'm going to critique them. The first statement: if you look at the game, who else has fought Keith Thurman, Lamont Peterson, Lucas Matisse, Amir Khan, and the list goes on at my age? None. That tells you everything right there. Who has fought the same fighters that I fought? Danny Garcia's statement. All right, fair enough. Next statement. Everyone is talking about Errol Spence, but he fought somebody that I already beat. And when he beat him, they consider him a killer. But when I beat him, Danny Garcia wasn't a killer. Second statement from Danny Garcia. Now let's break that down. Danny Garcia, you fought a debatable fight with Lamont Peterson. A lot of people said Lamont Peterson beat you because he outboxed you. He made you look silly. He made you look slow and flat-footed. He was hitting you with ease, but you got the win on the scorecards, right? Because you had that Canelo protection plan, at least for that fight, right? I mean, there are a couple of fights that you could have lost. Lamont Peterson was one. Mauricio Herrera in Puerto Rico was the other one. And that was the fight coming off of the Matisse win, right? So, and we look at Errol Spence's win over Lamont Peterson. He mauled that boy. What you talking about? Of course, we're going to give him more props than you because you had a debatable fight. You couldn't even drop him. Errol Spence stopped him. Errol Spence would have stopped that version of Lamont Peterson that you fought too. And you know what? We won't get into the next statement. Let's just go to the next statement, all right? I think that's a great fight for me. He likes to fight. I like to fight. Like I said, I'll fight anybody. If his name comes across and they want Danny Garcia and Errol Spence to fight, then we'll fight. We're going to get back to that statement in just a second. Next statement. I think it's a great fight. I like the fight for me. He's a young, hungry kid. In his head, he thinks that he can be... What? In his head, he thinks that he can knock everybody out right now, which he has. I know what it feels like to be that young, hungry kid. He has a lot of passion. He's hungry. But he's going to reach a level in the sport where he's going to realize that it don't work that way. Oh, my God. Danny Garcia's statement. Listen, Danny, we're going to respond to both of these right here. Errol Spence will stop you dead in your flat-footed tracks. You like to trade, right? Well, you trade with Spence, you're going to end up coughing up blood for the rest of your life. Man, Danny Garcia said that if we want the fight, then we'll make the fight. So you're telling me if I get on this YouTube platform and everyone else gets on the YouTube platform and they do the same thing we're doing with Keith Thurman to you, then you'll fight Errol Spence right after you fight Bam Bam, Brandon Rios? Okay, cool. Because guess what I'm about to do? We're going to make videos about you on a regular from now on. All right? Because I want to see you fight Errol Spence. And I want to see you get stopped for the first time in your career. I want to see you get stopped. I want to see all that Echo money run dry. All right? So let's make it happen. Hitman Boxing wants to see Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia next. Keith Thurman said 2 fights. We're going to give Keith 2 fights. We're going to leave Keith alone for a little bit. We're going to focus our attention on the cash cow of the welterweight division, Danny Garcia. Now, Danny Garcia is just talking. He doesn't want this fight because he knows what happens if he takes this fight. His money starts to run dry. Errol Spence is stopping everybody in the welterweight division right now. You know, you could talk all day about all these names you got on your resume, and of course, I agree, you got a good resume, but boxing is not about what you did 5 years ago. It's about what have you done lately? What have you done recently? And recently, you took a loss to Keith Thurman. And what'd you say about that loss? Oh, you don't count it as a loss. It's just something on paper because he was running and you really won that fight. Nah, man, it don't work like that. Because remember what your father said when he was making all them comments about Lucas Matisse? Remember all that? A win is a win, right? And a loss is a loss. Black and white. You lost to Keith Thurman. No debate. No debate. First loss of your career. Now you're about to fight Brandon Rios. Get your little confidence back up. Then you fight Errol Spence. I'd love to see that fight. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there who would love to see that fight. So if you're a content creator, let's start focusing our attention on this fight. Since Danny said, and he said, and I'll quote again, I like to fight. Like I said, I'll fight anybody. If his name comes across and they want Danny Garcia and Errol Spence to fight, then we'll fight. Danny Garcia's statement. I want to see Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence. I want to see Danny Garcia knocked out in the middle of that ring. I want to see him battered and bloody like he was against Matisse. Only this time, there ain't no making it past the 8th round with them body shots. Danny gonna have to take a knee. He gonna have to take 2 knees. He gonna have to fold his body in half like he about to mail a letter. I want to see this fight bad. So after Spence gets his mandatory out the way and you get Bam Bam out the way, then I want to see this fight next. And if it don't happen next, it's because you a coward. But really, you been a cherry picker. You been a coward. You been ducking the top competition. You know you can't beat Keith Thurman. You was ducking him too. You ducking Sean Porter. You ducking, oh my God, Terrence Crawford. And your fans, oh man, I can't wait till your fans see that fight because they're going to be crying. They're going to need some tissue. They're going to need to wipe their eyes because Danny's going to be out for the count. Ain't going to be no 10 count. They might have to throw the towel in. Ain't hell Garcia's going to have to throw the towel in. Oh, I would love to see that. I would love to see this fight. Make it happen. Make it happen, bro. Hitman Boxing, drop a comment, like the video, subscribe. I'm out.
This world will bring you down with mass confusion and complexities, but I am the master of my fate and captain of my soul, you see. Stuck in the mentalities that says one thing and does another. Oh, the contradictories. That's when I visit my utopia of Capricornia to be free. Most would say that's not normal, but for me life is but a dream and your reality is what it seems. I'm sitting in the crib I found on Craigslist, staring out in space, scheming what my next move is. I'm thinking that it's time to move west. No idea what I'm doing, I'm just trying my best. Not exactly where I thought I'd be. Honestly, a 9 to 5 never was in my dreams. I've been feeling all alone lately. Nothing I ain't used to since '88 as a baby. When I came up out the womb, everybody knew it was something special about me that fills a room. I never understood it, but my OG told me it's a blessing. I should use it to the fullest. And that's what I've been trying to do. But it's hard to keep a smile on your face while paying dues. Damn, it's hella cloudy in the room, and the shadow of reality is darkest when it glooms.
I'm in the midst of the world. I wish someone could see me. Surrounded by clouds, free me. It's like an endless dream leading to endless roads. I wanna be free from this army of clouds.
I had a suicide dream about a month ago while I was sleeping on the couch at my parental's house. That's when I knew that it was time for me to up and go. So I booked it. Couple friends took it personal. Like, why you just up and go? Ain't even bother to tell nobody. That's rude, bro. It was unintentional. Conversations with myself, I need a hospital. I think I've gone bipolar. Half of me is conservative and the other stoner. I think I lost the love that I had from a good girl. The temp is negative 18, yeah, that's a cold world. Janis Joplin that's playing on my Pandora station. Cosmic Blues, just some emotional life changes. Whole time, no, I gotta stop looking back, because the future's not a present, gotta get on track.
I'm in the midst of the world. I wish someone could see me. Surrounded by clouds, free me. It's like an endless dream leading to endless roads. I wanna be free from this army of clouds.